Hi everyone. Since we were small children, we were always taught about it. We want it so bad. We chase it. We want to have it. And the ones who have it, they proudly broadcast it. This is a riddle. Do you know what it is? It's success. Let me ask you a simple question. Please raise your hands up. You don't need to come to the front. You just need to raise your hands up. I assure your safety. How many of you want to be successful in life? Now, this is a question I always ask, but this is not an important question. Even if I ask a 2-year-old kid, do you really want to be successful? Probably they would say, yes, I do. But the second question is really important. And if you know the answer, please raise your hands up. How do you become successful? Now see, the hall goes blank. Everybody wants to be successful, but not even a single person raising their hands up when I asked how to be successful. Now, third question is the most important question. If you know the answer, please raise your hands up. What is the cost of being successful? We don't know. We have not assessed. We are only taught how to be successful. In school, we were said, study hard. This is the key to become successful. And once we grow up, we go to workplace and there comes somebody like me who says, oh, young man, work hard. This is the way to be successful. And your parents would say, work, 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 successful. Nobody cares if you are happy. If you start a job, they would ask, how much money do you make? If you say, I'm a doctor, they would say, how much money do you make? If you are an engineer, they would ask, how much money do you make? But nobody is asking you, what is the cost you're paying to be that? Let me tell you, a simple pen costs you 10 rupees. If you want an expensive pen, it would cost you probably 500 rupees. There are pens which would cost you hundreds and thousands of dollars. Nothing in this life is for free. Everything will cost you. And if you want to be successful, it would cost us human currency. Can anybody tell me what is a human currency? It's time. Like US has dollars, Japan has yen, Nepal has rupees. Human beings, we trade whatever we want in life with time. Nothing is for free. Today, I am going to share with you the cost of being successful. A lot of people glorify success. Cars, expensive watches, phones, lifestyle, but nobody shares with you the cost of being successful. Success has its own cost. No, it's not about those sleepless nights. It's not about being busy that we brag about. We take it as a pride. How many hours do you work? I work 60 hours, bro. We take it as a pride. I've been crunching numbers. I work since I wake up in the morning until I sleep. No, it's not about that. One day I called my childhood friend. And he picked up and I said, hey man, you know what? I'm free. Let's hang out, go for a coffee. You know what he said? Nah, bro, I don't have time for such little coffees. I'm grinding here, making the numbers, money, cha-ching. Don't have time for small stuff. I said, okay. If my friend is happy making money, crunching numbers, why should I disturb him with a cup of coffee that costs about 100 rupees? And same is with the world. I think it's Harvard Business Review that had published an article in 2021. In world, about 90 to 95% of people work more than 50 hours in a week. Can you imagine? In Nepal, it probably is 60 hours a week. And after working 60 hours in the morning, probably if you are teachers, you take tuition classes in the morning and evenings. And probably on Saturday, you are still taking some more classes so that you can make more money. Same is with the bankers. We work as consultants after office hours. Same is with doctors probably. Once you're done with your assignment, you have your own personal clinics. And that's why, how many of you know World Health Organization? World Health Organization has quoted overworking as one of the main reasons for depression, stress, and anxiety in life. Now look, you thought you'll get success, that's why you're working so hard. But what are you getting? Depression, anxiety, and tension. This is not what you've worked for. At least not this. So there are two ways to become successful. Let me tell you. But before I go there, if success would have given happiness to people, I don't know if you know these names, but do you know the name of Chester Bennington? Have you heard? Linkin Park lead singer. Have you heard the name of Robin Williams? A great Hollywood actor. Have you heard the name of Heath Ledger? Probably a stellar actor who had performed in Batman. They all quit in life. They were one of the most successful. They had money, they had house, they had car. But there was something deep inside them that probably success couldn't give. The same friend who was busy the other day, one sudden day he called me. And he said, "Man, can we meet?" The same friend who I called earlier called me back. And he said, "Can we go for an outing, probably stay a night out?" I said, "Sure." Because I heard a desperate call in his call. And I agreed. I put everything aside and I went with him. He drank 2 bottles and the original him came outside. He was saying he was crunching numbers, making money, living the life. He started crying and saying, "Nothing in my life is happening as I wish." One day my own son called me uncle because I came home after a month. I'm scared if my wife will not recognize next time. I was on a business trip when my father passed away. I could not be in his funeral. And the person for whom I'm working, my mother, I don't know by the time I get there if she would live to see the success that I have. So what is the point of success if you have to celebrate it by yourself? There's nobody to enjoy the success that you have. It's time to question yourself. Are you taking that head boy or a head girl because you feel your ego is fueled and everybody says this is a head girl or this is a head boy? Or do you really enjoy being head girl or a head boy? This is a question to ask yourself. I see a lot of doctors, they have become doctors because of pride and reputation that comes with it, not because they wanted to be a doctor. I see a lot of teachers who really wanted to be teachers and change the lives of students, but I also see teachers who have joined teaching because they had nothing else to do. I see engineers who are engineers because they wanted to make their parents proud, but I see engineers who really wanted to be engineers and doing amazing work. I told you sometime earlier that there are 2 ways to become successful. The first way is the regular way that has been taught to us. Be born, study hard, find a job harder, work in that job even more harder, find 2 or 3 more streams of income, and every morning you hit that work, still you go because money is there. That's one way to become financially successful. The second way is find a passion. Find something that you love. Kindle that passion. Learn how to monetize that passion. And follow that passion through your life. I graduated as an IT student. But then once I graduated, I realized I don't want to be an IT guy. So what did I do? I loved business. But I also realized that I don't like to do business by sitting at one place and do the same thing again and again and call it a life. I have 4 businesses right now. I love businesses. I love money. I love counting my money. I love everything that money can buy. But on the other hand, I don't like to wake up every morning and go to the same business. I don't like to sit down and count my money myself. And I don't want to take all the pain because it's giving me salary. On one hand, you should know what do you want in life. And on the other hand, you also should know what do you not want in life, so that you avoid what you do not want in life to the maximum that you can. You cannot avoid it completely, and do the things that you love and still make money and be successful. Because at this point in time, I want money, but I want to be with my mother as well. I want to take my wife to the world tour. I want to see my child grow up. I just don't want money. So there is a research conducted by Stanford, which says that if you align your success to your goal and passion, and if there is intrinsic motivation for you on an everyday basis, you would be successful. Otherwise, there's a word in Japan known as karoshi. It sounds so dangerous. It means death by overworking. There are millions of people in the world who die because of overworking. Overworking, overstress, over-trauma. It results in stroke, heart attack, and even suicide. And me personally, I don't want to die because of karoshi, because I just want to be successful. I rather would want to follow the middle path, the Buddha way, the middle way, which is inclined with my values and my passion. I follow what I want to do with my life. It should be joyful. I want to wake up every morning and say that I have something to go to, but in moderation. I want to be rich, but I don't want to be the richest guy anymore. I want to be famous, but I don't want to be the most famous guy ever. I want to have everything that my money can buy, but not everything that money can buy. So next time if somebody asks you, what do you want to be? Next time somebody comes to propose you with a title, with a job, with money, next time if somebody says that you are meant to be this, ask yourself a question. Would I be happy? Do I want to wake up every morning and chase this? Is it made for me? If not, you will make money, you will be financially successful, but with that money probably you will not be satisfied. It is important to feel loved, to feel important within yourself, to feel valued, to be meeting with your higher self while you make that money or while you become that financially successful. Listen to this. From young age, successful does not need to take your heart away. Successful does not need you to be away from your families. Being successful does not need to take a mental toll in your health. Success can be pleasing. Success can be soothing. Success can be enriching. If it is not soothing, if it is not pleasing, if it is not enriching, probably it is success, but it is not my success. Thank you.